Good dawning. Welcome to Good Dawning with Mr. Floyd. My name's Josh, and we generally daily here. Channel Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain. Move this guy over a little bit there. It's not in the best spot. Magnify. There we go. That's better. All right, we are at home today. Wildfires. So we were talking about wildfires yesterday. There is 4 wildfires going on, 3 or 4 in the general area. There's one like 10 plus miles from me, which is close for a wildfire, but it's not ever going to get here. But it'd be an amazingly large wildfire if it actually got itself to here in Longmont, but nonetheless, it is in Lyons, which is the main road that way, going towards the mountains, and it's right there. So we are at home because you can smell it from my apartment, and we are not going to want to sit outside in the wildfire smoke, especially with all the molds and such that are within the wildfire smokes. So smoke. So there we go. So we are at home. I anticipate we'll be at home for a few days. There's no rain in the forecast for a week, and it hasn't really rained since May. So who knows? We've had like an inch of rain maybe since May. So crazy. All right, so let's see what we got in the chat this dawning, and we're grateful that you're here. If you're watching in the replay, rewind or replay there, we are grateful as well. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for when I go live, although I don't do a ton of spontaneous lives, but who knows. I'm going to attempt to go into the mountains since there's no Adam from the Medium channel this weekend, and I'm not going to his retreat. Too much energy to move. And I'd probably end up losing my job because I'd have to move Friday and Monday. And try to figure out, there's nobody to cover my shift on Friday. So at any rate, then I'll probably go into the mountains on Sunday, south of the fire, and maybe actually get out and use the gimbal, but we'll see what we've got. All right, so let's see who's in the chat here. Millie, good dawning, Bonnie, Joyce, Fatima, who else do we have here? Suzette, welcome. And if you're watching and not in the chat there, thank you. I certainly appreciate you hiding out nonetheless. The odd thing about YouTube is you can see 7 or 6, but I don't know who they are outside of who's in the chat. So it could be anybody. I don't know. All right. So I'm grateful you guys are here. We've been talking about energetics pretty much consistently here with Saint Germain. And if you were in last night's, thank you. I am grateful that... and I'm not understanding. Maybe you guys can put it in the chat if you understand YouTube's algorithm, because I don't. It's interesting how Monday's Good Dawning got 200, it's like over 220, 12 views, going on 220. Yesterday's got like 30 something, and which is fine. I don't care. But it's just I don't understand. I'm not here like holding my attention to how many views it gets. If it gets 1 view and changes somebody's universe, my job's done. I'm good. But what I'm getting at is, yeah, if you've watched a Mr. Dawning, Good Dawning with Mr. Floyd, Mr. Dawning, a Good Dawning with Mr. Floyd, and your universe has changed in any way, you had any sort of epiphany, I'm good. I could drop dead. I'm all right. But I'm just curious as to why Mondays would have 200 and something, and then YouTube makes no sense. It seems to be that there's this wall that small channels are stuck behind. That's what I'm feeling here. And eventually, every once in a while, they let you out, like release the Kraken. They release you from the wall, and then your video gets like 200 something views, and then they shove you back behind. I have no idea, but it doesn't make any sense. I wish the algorithm was just open and free, but it is not. So we do what we can. I'm kind of getting an intuitive hit to move some of this, not move it, but to parallel this. It sounds crazy, but and I'm not down with the platform, but from what I'm understanding, channelers do really well on TikTok. So if we can bring in some more people, pass the message on. I'm not a big fan of TikTok or the controversies or what it stands for or anything. And truly, I've never even seen the app other than like an embedded TikTok video on somebody's website. But I've had a few people go, "Oh, you channel, so you must have a TikTok page." And I'm like, "What? Oh, you're a channeler. Are you on TikTok?" And so it's like, all right, I get the message. So I'm not the biggest fan of TikTok or what it stands for. Like I said, I think there's more involved, but nonetheless, that's just my thoughts. But nonetheless, you may see this as well. We're not like abandoning YouTube at all. We would never, not even in a million years. But you may see this parallel on TikTok as well. And TikTok allows for a little bit of a difference as far as like doing lives and such. You can bring people on a lot easier and other things. So we will work on that. but I'm not feeling moving anything on Instagram. But so we've been doing cord cuttings, and so we're going to do some more cord cuttings. If there's anything in your universe you want cut, you can put it in the chat, and we'll use that as the cord cutting for today. Oh, cool. Rewatch. Do remember a point been mentioned. My last one with John was last Thursday. Yeah, John is amazing. If you've joined us yesterday, we piled over, and I was reading Yanksy's comment there about John. He had a energy session. So on Tuesdays, you get a little bit of an added bonus with us because we pile over to John Binney. There we go. And so he does free energy clearing sessions. You're not going to find that too much on YouTube. And I would hope, honestly, for his sake, as much as I love it, it's free. He's got some talent and can probably make some decent money doing that outside of being free, which is a really big blessing for us and our community. So on Tuesdays, we pile over there. And so, yeah, if you join us on Tuesdays, we pile over to John Binney, just feeding off the chat there at 9. And you get a free energy healing if you want it. You got to be quick, put it all in caps and put it in his chat. But well worth jumping over there. Love it when we had math together. Let's see what we've got in the chat here. So if you have anything you want to clear, if there's anything energetically that's been driving you nuts, a couple people in the chat I could probably mention. Throw something on the chat here, and we can use that as the energetic clearing. If not, then I want to cut away self-doubt and procrastination. Perfect. Bingo. I love it. Thank you. Seeing that made my day, Millie. Grateful. All right, so we're going to cut away self-doubt and procrastination today. That is awesome. So from our end then, we've been doing cord cutting. Of course, we still have the protection of pyramid of protection from ISIS. That's always going to be there unless you verbally state you don't want it there or you just start ignoring your universe. And you don't have to do much to ground into the pyramid of protection. If you're watching this, ISIS offers that pyramid of protection to anybody who watches this channel. It is yours freely to do with as you choose, to ground into or not. And there's one in the chat. If she grounds into her pyramid of protection with ISIS, ISIS will ground back with her, for sure. But and ISIS will ground with you as well. But there's one who's been reaching out to somebody in the chat. And so we're going to go ahead and do some cord cutting here. So remember, when you're doing cord cutting, and this is cord cutting is one of the most important things you can honestly do. And it's not, you don't see a lot of it practiced on YouTube. But if you want to get to your rainbow light body, you can't have too many ideas. If you want to, you have to release the cords that are attached to you, because they lower your vibration. And so in this case, we're going to remove procrastination and doubt. So what are you doubting in your universe? If you have self-doubt, that's generally, not always the case, either a mirror of experiences you've had in your universe or somebody has implanted that within you in programming. So doubt, cricket, good dunning. So if you have self-doubt, then who programmed that doubt? What is the doubt from? And what are you doubting within yourself? If you are procrastinating, the two kind of tie together there. So what we're going to do is look into our universe and see, where have we been procrastinating? Why? If you know the reasons why, or if you have an inkling, sometimes procrastination you don't specifically know. If you want to ground into it and meditate upon, why do I procrastinate? That's always a good thing. Usually procrastination is based on some sort of fear of change, of some sort of fear of the outcome that you're procrastinating on. Or maybe you don't understand why you're procrastinating because maybe there's something you have to do and you're procrastinating on doing that because you don't know how to do that specific task. That could be the case too. But from our end, then think of situations in your universe where you are procrastinating, where you have something you need to do, or you need to get something together, or you're sitting there letting your universe kind of spin by when you're not doing anything and you're procrastinating, just getting off your duff. So from that end, where are you procrastinating? And if you are, where can you see that you're not? And does that tie to doubt? And do we have self-doubt? What are you doubting within yourself that could be leading to procrastination? The two can easily tie together. So we're going to take those situations that we see that we have self-doubt in. I don't know if it'll get better. I don't know if I can get the right job. I doubt that the universe will if you're watching this, know your universe will provide. sometimes it doesn't provide immediately. And if you look back into your universe, have you ever been in a situation where it's not provided, where that doubt came to be? If it has, then maybe some of your energy was a part of that. If you really lean into trusting your universe, you should have no doubt, theoretically. No shoulds, but it would lead to having no doubt. There we go. So from our end then, where is there doubt in your universe? And I'm guilty of having a lot of doubts in my universe. I mean, my universe is I'm not saying it's in a tender's place or anything, but I mean, I'm working to build up a solid foundation here. But even from my end, there's doubts, but it's a matter of transmuting those doubts and having trust. And that's really what part of your ascension is all about, is trusting in your higher self. And so for that, where are you seeing doubts? And we're going to cut those. So if you see a doubt in your universe, you can either cut the cord, imagining your arms as a sword, cutting that, or you can put it on chalkboard and erase it. Or we can sweep it off the floor. You can paper and throw it away. Whatever works for you. So we're taking doubt and procrastination. I can't speak what's for you. If maybe there's something that a project you've been trying to get off the ground or to launch that is a failure to launch. Maybe there's something that's banging in your head, the book you want to write, or whatever it is, something you want to paint, or maybe you want to do something in the garden, whatever it is for you, and you're procrastinating. Maybe you're having self-worth issues, or you don't know if you can complete the project. Whatever it is for you, we're going to go ahead and give that to the universe. So take 2 minutes now. And this thing we can't really specifically say. You have to do this on your own. So take 2 minutes now, however you want to do so. You can cut the cords. You can energetically put it on the chalkboard. Procrastination. I see myself procrastinating in this situation. And I'm going to erase it. You could just put, I no longer wish to procrastinate, and throw it on the chalkboard. And you could write that 100 times. There's a million different ways you can change this energetics in your universe. And not just following the opening of The Simpsons to do so, but putting it on a chalkboard, so to speak. But there's a million different ways. If you have a piece of paper and you want to write it out, and ball it up. Or if you're going to the retreat, you can toss it in Jared's homofier. There you go. That's an idea for one of you. If you're going to the retreat at Phoenicia, New York, with Adam, in the medium channel, and you have something that you want to crack cords with, write it out. Take it with you to the medium channel's retreat and toss it in Jared's homofier. There you go. If he'll let you. It's a sacred fire. I would imagine if you're trying to burn negativity, it's a good place to put it. Thank you, Millie. All right. So hopefully you've cut cords, or you're on the path of cutting your cords, or if you're writing things out, and maybe if you're going to the retreat, and I know at least 2 in the chat are going to the retreat, I can take it and toss it in the fire, which is always an awesome thing to do. Or if you want to come to Colorado, I'll take you up to Lions, and we can toss it in the fire, so to speak. It won't be hard. And just right from the side of the road. Whee! And it'll go. It'll probably burn up before it hits the ground. But nonetheless. Let's see. There's a congratulations in there. So, I trusted my universe and manifested adopting my dream. Chocolate Shih Tzu. It always sound like you're cussing when you say Shih Tzu, but you're not. For free. Oh, wow. So awesome. I was chosen. Okay, so I'm going to ask that I get emailed a picture of your dog, and we're going to put that on the channel, if you don't mind, Yanksy. That is amazing. How awesome is that? Favor. Woohoo! Yeah, anytime anybody's universe gets better, we want to celebrate that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and bring in Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain and see what we get here. And yeah, and if you're looking for other channelers, and I have to kind of update my list there. Recently, the most recent Saint Germain, there's a couple of them, but Tara Arnold did one the other day that is kind of interesting. So if you're looking for more Saint Germain, you can do one of 2 things. You can watch more of us, or you can go to Tara Arnold, for example, on YouTube, and watch some of her channelings with Saint Germain. And ironically, I don't know if Saint Germain tapped her on the shoulder, but it's funny, and she's never done it before, and it was like 3 videos back. She goes to a lake. I say nothing more. She's channeling Saint Germain by a lake. She's never done so, and I haven't seen it since, but I thought it was kind of ironic and funny. Yes, blessed. Yeah, we want to share those wins. You know what? I mean, we've had enough negatives and enough crud in our universes that we need to start sharing our wins. So if you got a win in your universe, kick it down. Mr. Floyd Channelings at gmail.com, and we'll share it if you want to share it. We see enough negative in this universe, and there's been enough negative news over the past few days. I don't watch the news or anything, but if it just floats in the air, and if you see it, so yeah, hold tight there. But let's go ahead and bring in Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, and so when I channel, I'm in a semi-conscious, conscious channeler. I can open my eyes. I can stand up. I'm not going to stand up here. And I can reach out for coffee and such. So if I do, it's not that I'm cheating the channeling or anything. It's the way I channel. So, all right. Everybody channels differently. Watch Tara Arnold, for example. We watched one guy the other day who does this while he's channeling. And it's all a matter of what works for you. And he's, heart chakra, I get, but it's not for me to judge. So everybody does something different. You watch Archangel Raphael Kelly. She used to, in the beginning of her videos, have this toning thing that she does to get into session, but she stopped showing it or playing it. She mutes it now, but it was so loud. It would like rattle people's speakers. They were in their car, it'd start crackling because she's like going to bring in Archangel Raphael. Everybody does it differently. For me, I count down from 1 to 5, and so once I get 5 to 0 there, I am centered into the channeling. So, oh wow, at Phoenicia, I love it up there. Might be a trip to upstate in my future. Well, you could reach out, Bonnie, if you are not busy at the moment, to Adam at the Medium channel. And he has a retreat going on this weekend if you are interested. And you would see at least 2 people from the chat at the retreat. And Adam is, to me, he's like my spiritual brother from another mother. You just like look at him like, wait a minute. we're very, very, very similar in a lot of ways. So, yeah, you'd have a good time. Mr. Floyd has done more for sharing and folks meeting each other. Oh, thank you. If I pause for a second, it's because a comment like that hits me in the gut. And I'm grateful. Grateful beyond words. 13 in the chat, thank you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and bring in Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain. I have no idea. When I channel, it's literally just an act of faith. I have no idea. I mean, I know 70 channels later. We've done this like 70-something, 80-something times now. Not lives, but just in general channeling. And in front of a phone or an audience. And I've never yet, and I'm grateful. And there's never that fear anymore. It used to be like, what am I going to channel? Oh my gosh. Is he going to say something that embarrasses me, for example, about me? Never have to worry. It just, and not that I'm worrying anyways, but it always just comes out. I'm telling you, once you get attuned to source there, whatever works for you. Now, it's easy to understand how, like, people can like do an hour on YouTube and just kind of ramble off, but they're not really rambling, are they? Something to think about there. All right, we'll bring in Archangel Raphael, 5, and Saint Germain, 5. It's mostly just Saint Germain. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good morning and welcome. He's Archangel Raphael and mostly Saint Germain. We are here channeling through Josh for you, to you, so that you can help build your amazing universe. And we have Yangtze here, who's getting her favorite dog. Ooh, and she got it for free out of 20 people. This is the amazing stuff we are talking about. So you will see the picture of Yannex's dog on the community page once we get the email for that picture. But from your end, can you trust your universe to be awesome for you? We were talking about energies and everything. We've been doing that for a while. And then honestly, Saint Germain could talk about energies till you drop dead, so to speak. Saint Germain never drops dead. I am always here. I am the grand alchemist, and I can show myself in many different dimensions and ways. But nonetheless, you can too if you truly believe, but you are multidimensional, and you do know that. You are standing here right now. You are in the 3D. The dense trauma body, but you're also in the 5D, the inside body, if you want to go 5D, but really it's just a higher vibration. So you are standing in 2 places at once, in the physical, on earth, in the ground, right? You are there. That is the frame that you are within, right? You are standing in that. But you are also the energetics within that frame. So it's an amazing deal when you really think about what you are and where you are. And so we have been grounding into energetics and talking about bringing Bob home if you are not at work, and you are talking about your work at home, you have your boss with you at home, then theoretically, you're giving your boss more energy than your wife. So if you're talking about your TPS reports at home, then you are not talking to your wife. You're talking about your boss at your wife. You're not talking to your wife. You're talking at your wife. There's a difference. When you communicate, keep this in mind. There is a huge difference. We're going to try, we keep mentioning it because you are probably thinking, what is he doing? But we are trying to get Josh to learn to open his eyes more often. Because if he is ever walking, like if he is ever doing this on stage, we don't want him to fall off. Or he could be like Daryl, at least Daryl Anka, where he is walking around in just small area. But if you get like Abraham Hicks, who's wide open, walking around the stage, looking at people, moving around, living her universe, but in a channeled state. So there we go. That's where the ultimate goal is. So that's why you were seeing Josh with his eyes open. We are not saying he's Abraham Hicks. No, nobody could ever replace Esther and Abraham Hicks. But what we are saying is the channeling idea. We are trying to open eyes, like he is just channeling Saint Germain, but he is not having to close his eyes. There you go. But do not stick 100-watt light in his eyes, or you have to immediately close, because the bright lights, when you are channeling, the bright lights kind of whoosh with energy, but nonetheless. So everything in your universe has been about the energetics, and we are talking about, for example, Yangtze with her new dog that is coming, the chocolate dog that is going to be posted very shortly on the channel. Can you ground into, and we were talking about energetics, can you ground into the positive in your universe? Can you see into your universe, even if your universe may not be where you want it to be? We've been talking about procrastination today, and we are procrastinating from our energies. We are not reaching out into our desires, and we are letting our universe flow by us. There's a difference between being in your flow of your universe and letting your universe flow past you, so to speak. We are standing on the bank of the river versus being in the boat and letting the boat take you. So if you are procrastinating in your universe, can you sit down and figure out why? We're going to ground into that to an extent. We don't want you to procrastinate in your universe. Procrastination is usually based off of trauma response or fear. Like, why are you afraid to see our universe move forward? What are you afraid of if you are procrastinating? Or if you know that you have to do something, maybe you are whatever. We are not going to state. You have your own reasoning. So if you are, we will make this easy. If you are unemployed, there you go. And you are looking for work. If you are not looking for work, then you are procrastinating. You are not looking. You are sitting in your universe, not doing, so to speak. And then the question becomes, why? Can you look into your universe? We are not saying that it's good or bad to procrastinate. It is a symptom of something. Are you an understanding of that? A lot of your energetics are not good nor bad. They are just symptoms of other energetics. So if you are procrastinating, it is a larger symptom of either fear or doubt or lack, or there could be other things. Of course, we are just pulling stuff that we are feeling out of the air. But can you look into your universe then? If you are procrastinating, why am I procrastinating? What are the energies that are telling me that I am not doing, or I am not worthy? Or why do I choose to let my universe, why do I choose to be on the bank of the river when I have a boat right here? I could put the boat in the river and go down the river, as you would hear from Abraham Hicks, so to speak. If you let yourself go with the flow down the river, your universe generally will provide for you. But if you're procrastinating on doubt or lack or fear, then you are not going to get from your universe what you are looking for. You are going to get doubt or lack or fear, and you're not going to see the abundance that really could be in front of you in your universe if you let go. But you have to let go to see the abundance in your universe. Otherwise, you're going to go not against the abundance, but you're going to go with your old programming. There we go. So if you are allowing your old programming to step in, then sure, you could easily push your abundance away. You are seeing that you are not worthy, or maybe your parents had taught you that you are not worthy, or that money is hard to come by, or whatever it is in your universe. And so you are allowing the old programming to take effect. Or maybe you are, every time you reach out to do something in your universe, the universe in yourself, maybe because your energies are there. It's not the universe. The universe is never going to, generally speaking, if your energies are matching, and we say matching, meaning if you are looking for something, trying to do something, and you are doing it with love, you are looking at it from a positive standpoint. I want this, and and it could positively enhance my universe. Your energies, if they are positive, moving forward, not in a lack state or whatever. You're going to get what you want. Universe is going to match you. You want a new car. If you have those positive energies and you trust, you're not in lack and you're not laying around in your universe not doing anything about it, and you have the deposit and all of that, your universe is going to match you and bring you your new car. You have to match the energetics. So if you are procrastinating, then you have to look into your universe. And these are with any other energetics for really, it doesn't matter if it's procrastination, laziness, or whatever. Or if you are just, in general, just resentful even. Resentment is another one you could look into. But the question is, what are you holding within yourself energetically that is pushing into procrastination? You generally, if your universe is going well and everything is great, you are not going to procrastinate. You're going to get up and you're going to do. Because you're not blocked. You're just like, this is what I need to do. I go do. No wise. But if you are procrastinating, then you are blocked. You are not able to get up and do what you are looking to do because there's an underlying energy to your procrastination. Whatever that underlying energy is, we do not know. So from your end, do you do these things in your universe or are you davishing through? Do you stop? Sometimes your universe is going to require that you stop. Sit down and take a look. Slow down. There we go. And look into your universe. If you are seeing that there are patterns in your universe that you're not happy with, can you sit down and drive into yourself to see these patterns? Or are you going to davish into the patterns and live those patterns unconsciously? It is your choice. You do a lot of unconscious pattern living in your universe. But if you can slow yourself down, when you see a pattern that comes up in your universe, well, every time I need to do this, I freeze. Why? Every time I go to do this, I get a pain in my gut and I can't do it any further. But it's something that I need to do to move my universe forward. Can you look into that then? If you're blocked, you have to look into your blocks. If you do not look into your blocks, you're allowing old energetics. Remember, we are talking about being in your past, present, or future. Are you in the 30th, the 31st, or the 29th? Now it'd be the 31st, the 1st, or the 30th. But nonetheless, which day are you in your universe? Can you trust that if tomorrow, being the 1st, you don't have your rent money, but you are getting paid, your payment will take care of your rent, of course. Can you trust that? Your universe has not shown you not to trust that. Your employer has always paid you on time. Now, if you had an employer that was shady about paying you, could you trust that? Maybe not. But nonetheless, if your employer is paying you on the 1st every day, on the 1st, on time, you get it, midnight shows up, your money is in your bank account, then you should be able to trust, sitting here on the 31st, that on the 1st, you are going to have your rent money. You are not in doubt, you are not in lack, and you are not in fear. There you go. So which day are you in? Are you in the past? Are you sitting there in today going, oh gosh, tomorrow I'm not going to have my rent money. I'm not worrying about if my rent money will be there, if my paycheck will show up. You could do that too. It's truly up to you. It's all based on your energetics. So in your universe, if you're procrastinating, or if you are in doubt or lack, or if you are having anything in your universe, it is your job then to ground. We can't go deep into this because there's not deep to go. But what we are saying is the deep has to be from you. There we go. Procrastination is an energy of you are not wanting to do something. We do not know why you choose not to do something. And that's something that you have to look into. A lot of these energetics require you to slow down, pause, and look into your universe. If you choose not to look into your universe, and you will get what you get, you will davish your way through. But if you are wondering why you are coming from doubt or lack or or you are not finishing your projects, or you are impatient, or you are not moving your life forward, you have to look in. You have to pause your universe. Sit down with your pen and piece of paper and look into yourself. What are the energetics that are causing your procrastination? What are the energetics that are causing your fears or doubts or lack? Only you know that. Every 8 billion people have 8 billion different answers to that, per se. If you're not going to do that, that is fine. That is your choice, but then keep in mind the energetics of your lack or your procrastination will still be there. And you could procrastinate on looking into your universe, but then at that point, what are you doing? Most of the time, you are just sitting in your comfort zone. And we are going to get into that as well. Procrastination and comfort zone can go hand in hand, so to speak, like peas in a pod, or beans and rice, so to speak. Because if you are procrastinating, you are generally in a comfortable space. And if you are procrastinating, generally speaking, you have to do stuff that might make you a little uncomfortable in the beginning. Like if you are looking for work and you have been chill in your universe and you are not doing anything per se, That's your comfort zone. Now you have to break out of your comfort zone to look for work. So you have to change your mindset, your mentality, that your comfort zone is no longer comforting to you. In order to make a lot of change, you have to also get uncomfortable with what could be your comfort zone or what is comfortable to you. So if you are sitting in your comfort zone and you are comfortable in your comfort zone, you may not make that change that you need to make. So you'll sit there and fight inside yourself. I need to make this change, but I am comfortable in my universe, so I'm not going to make that change. You may not do that so consciously, but that's the energetics that you are playing around with. Whether you are consciously doing that or not is another story. If you are just choosing not to do something and you are not looking into why, that could easily be the energetics. Well, my universe is comfortable. I know what I have, and I don't want to rock my boat. So I'm going to sit here, not do anything different, even though I know that really, in order to make change, I have to do different. So I can sit in my comfort zone. We can do that. We sit in our comfort zones all the time, but your comfort zone will eventually get rather uncomfortable. Or you might find that you are getting uncomfortable within yourself in the comfort zone. Either way. So keep all of that together. When you are tying things to procrastination, are you sitting in your comfort zone? Are you procrastinating to make the change you need because it is hard work? Are you procrastinating to move your universe forward because, like we have said, your comfort zone is too easy for you? Maybe you need somebody to destroy your comfort zone, or you destroy your own comfort zone. That's the things you can do. We are not here to state. But we want you to look in deeper into your universe. We want you to realize your own personal energetics in your universe. Are you living in your past, present, or future? Are you in lack? Are you in fear? Are you in procrastination? Are you not doing what you need to do because you're afraid? Maybe even you're afraid that the results will work. Like that, oh my gosh, I've been sitting here for so long. If I do it, it might actually work, and then I will feel like a fool because I've been sitting here, but you do not need to feel like a fool. You could not get up until you got up and did what you did. Keep that in mind. If you are in an energetic state of procrastination until you decide to not procrastinate, that's the answer for you, is procrastination. Sometimes not doing is all that you can do, if that makes any sense. So if you're feeling beat down, your universe has kind of smashed you down energetically and you are procrastinating, that is the only energy you can come up through. You have to come out of that first, be smashed down, before you can remove the procrastination. It's all about moving energetics, layers of different energetics that are causing one thing that maybe you don't even want. Can you slow down and do all that? You have to look into your universe. We recommend getting a pen and piece of paper if there's something you want in your universe. I want X, Y, or Z, but I am not doing anything to move myself forward to it. What is my fear? What is my fearful of getting it? Am I fearful that I won't get it? Have I been told that I am not worthy of it? Have I been told that it's too complicated to get? Once you get it, it's too complicated to maintain. Whatever this universe is, you are trying to provide for yourself in your universe, we do not know. But from your end, you need to do your own energetics. These are not exciting channelings, we know. But if you are sitting in procrastination, generally you are just generally spinning the procrastination. We are here to help you to build your best universe. And building your best universe is to realize your energetics and then realize you want to shift out of that and making that change. So from your end, if you are going, I am a procrastinator, I'm not getting up and doing what I need. All right, I need to look into why am I procrastinating on this one specific thing. Let me get the pen and piece of paper. All right, why am I procrastinating? Is it a fear? Is it an excitement? Is it a worry? Is it a lack? Is it a I don't have enough skill? Whatever it is for you, you have to work through those energetics. If you do not, you will still procrastinate. Plain and simple. Unless you just ground yourself into, I'm just going to do it. Like your grind culture, so to speak. I'm just going to grind my way through it and do it. You can do that. But you are not clear why you are procrastinating and you will not be comfortable in what you are doing. The energetics will still be there. So keep all of that in mind. It is all an energetic dance in your universe. These are not exciting things to discuss, but they are necessary to discuss. Because if you blow over the fact that when you get in a state where you are procrastinating or not wanting to do your TPS reports at work, for example, if you do not understand why, that will perpetuate. For everybody, it's going to be different, but this is why your job as human is to look into yourself, to be your highest and best self. If you choose not to do that, that is up to you, but then do not complain about procrastination or your universe not giving you what you want. You have to meet your universe when you find your energetics are not working. If you do not, then your energetics will continue to not work. We are Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, and we have channeled. We love you. We know you love yourself. You are watching this. Can you love yourself enough to know that when you are in a situation where you have to do something, but you are lazing yourself out, or you are in your comfort zone, or you do not want to expand yourself where you have to, and do whatever it is that is in front of you, and you're going to procrastinate. Can you acknowledge the procrastination and then dig deeper into your universe? In a lot of ways, we are asking you to do this with many situations. Dig deeper into your emotional states. Why are you feeling this way? Why is this coming up? Why are you being lazy or not lazy? Or what is the fear that is stopping you from doing what you are looking to do in your universe? Why are you procrastinating? Can you dive into that? Can you look into that? And can you dig it out of yourself as to why? We do not know the answer. Only answer lies within yourself. All the answers generally for whatever you are looking for generally lie within yourself anyways. You are the answer to your own questions, but you have to dig into your energetics to find it. You have to get through your anger, your frustration, your fears to get to the self-doubt, the procrastination, and the lack mentalities that you have in order to, and then dig into that. We are not asking you to swim in it, but we are asking you to put that energetic face on so you can see why you are wearing it. Releasing transmission. There we go. I know these aren't exciting, but honestly, if you don't look into, and let me clear the channeling here. All right. Hi, Suzette. Much love to you. Yanks, that's great. You're going to these Doug's a nice, loving. That is amazing. So if you're not grounding into, all right, I am procrastinating. Why? All right, let me look into my universe. If you're not doing that, then you're just going to sit in the procrastination. It's going to spin up more self-doubt, loathing, self-anger, frustration, worthlessness, fears. You're going to gin up more energies, bring in more energies, rise up more energies, grab them from your trauma body, more energies in that low, slower vibration. Not lower, but it vibrates slower. There we go. So Saint Germain's saying that if you find those situations, take a moment, pull yourself off the road, step up, step into yourself. Okay, why am I procrastinating and doing this? Just give yourself 2 seconds. Whatever comes to mind first is generally going to be the answer, and then ground it from there. There we go. Energetics are exciting for me, actually. I have become more aware of myself. Yes, you have. And you brought in a dog. So if you can manifest a dog into your universe, if you're just sitting there and the next day you have a dog, and you've manifested this dog into your universe, and you've opened up energetics for more love. You're in an energetic space to express more love, and you're in an energetic space to receive more love from your universe. If you think about that. Exactly. That's what it's all about, Millie, is exploring the traumas that are keeping us trapped. If you're in procrastination, that's a trauma reaction, and generally speaking, or it's a fear reaction. But fears can be based in trauma. It generally is too. So it's a fear reaction. And what is that reasoning? And everybody's is going to be different. It's just a matter of peeling the onion, so to speak, to you get to that layer and go, that's why. I'm doing this all in retaliation because I dislike my mother. So I am not doing whatever I'm trying to do because I'm pissed off at my mother, just as an example. And so there we go. And so that's why I'm procrastinating on doing this, is because it could please my mother and I don't want to do that. Just as an example. Million different reasons here. But so yeah, basically we're writing the book on energetics in a lot of ways. Saint Germain is. And who knows? But yeah, I'm grateful you guys are here. Thank you. And if anybody knows how to fix the YouTube algorithm where one video gets 212 views and another one gets 25, please pass on that information. And that's something I'll be looking into as well, is how to break through that algorithm. Because it doesn't make any sense to this soul why I have two literal shorts, and I both look, you know how goofy you can look when the short freezes and puts it as the title, as the screen, and you're like, channeling. And so I have two videos where I'm like this. in the same, and the titles are about the same. And one has like 400 views, one has like 25. I don't understand it, and as you can see, it's kind of frustrating. But am I allowing it to be frustrating as well? That's something to think about. All right, I love you guys. Thank you. So in your universe, there, think of it. It's all energetic. So when something comes up, poof. What's that? And you feel an emotion. Then you're like, everything's great. Poof. Something just popped in. Stop. Slow down. Give that emotion credence, and take a minute to feel into it. Shift your universe. If you run past it, ooh, something I don't feel right. Something feels weird or off. And you just roll past it. It's going to sit here, and it's going to fester. If you get a boil on your skin or a blister, right? It's going to get bigger before you pop it. And eventually you pop it. Or if you want to hold a blister for 3 weeks until it finally drains out. Exactly. So it's the same deal. Do you want to let that fester, that boil fester, that energetic boil, so to speak, fester up, get larger, and you're sitting there your energetics are getting crushed? Or you just jump into it and go, okay, what's going on? It's up to you. I love you. Have an awesome, fantastic, most favored day, and I'll see you on the next. Maybe we'll be outside tomorrow, but hopefully the wildfires. If you got a moment there, say a little prayer for the northern Colorado wildfires, and we're not praying for them to be any bigger. We're just praying for them to disappear. Love you. See you in the next.